Well, happy Sunday morning, Seahawk fans. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us for this special breaking news edition of Seattle Seahawks today, as the Seahawks have agreed to terms on restructuring Tyler Lockett's contract. Let's go over the terms of this new deal. Lockett has agreed to a new two-year, $30 million contract that could be worth up to $34 million with incentives and $13 million guaranteed for 2024. Lockett's new contract should drop his cap hit for next season from nearly $27 million to about the $15 to $17 million range, which will open up potentially $10 million in additional financial flexibility before NFL free agency opens this week. So with that being said, just to kind of put this all in perspective, the Seahawks should have anywhere from $50 to $52 million as of right now when free agency opens this week. So they could try to go get a deal done with Leonard Williams or other free agents they may be targeting. Maybe it's keeping Bobby Wagner and Jordan Brooks in town, or just having money to be able to pay your draft picks when that rolls around later on next month. So a big deal for the Seattle Seahawks to get this deal done with Tyler Lockett. As we've been saying on this program for the last several weeks, we have told you here on Seattle Seahawks Today that we wanted Tyler Lockett to come back to Seattle next year, but not under the current circumstances. That it was not worth it to take a $27 million cap hit and to pay Tyler Lockett close to $17 million in salary. That simply the Seahawks could not afford to keep Tyler Lockett as is. And that they needed to reach out to Tyler and say, look, hey, your production was down this past year. You're getting older. You're 32 years of age. We can't afford to spend $17 million to keep you around and take a $27 million cap hit. In fact, Tyler, no one else is going to pay you $17 million and take on a $27 million cap hit either. So here's the deal. You might as well restructure, take a team-friendly hometown discount, and you get to stay here. We get to keep you here, and everyone's happy. Because I think all of us want Tyler Lockett to retire as a member of the Seattle Seahawks someday. 100%. We don't want to see Tyler Lockett wear a jersey for somebody else. But this is still a business. This still has to make your money work for you, as Dave Ramsey would say. So for me, this is a win-win. You keep Tyler Lockett around for the foreseeable future. He takes a little bit less money, and the cap gets a big adjustment, and now you have some flexibility. This is a win-win. What is your one-word reaction to the Seahawks getting this deal done with Tyler Lockett? Lay it for me in the comment section. Let us know what you think, what your one word is. My one word, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to go two words. I'm going to go thank you. Thank you, Tyler Lockett. Thank you for being flexible and taking care of this and getting this done. Folks, this is why you subscribe to Seattle Seahawks Today. It is Sunday. Go to church. Enjoy yourselves, right? I'm sitting here and I'm still bringing you Seahawks news. I'll go to church later today, I guess. But we're built different around here on Seahawks Today. No one else is bringing you coverage like we are here, talking about our Seattle Seahawks here on the channel. And we got a crazy week ahead this upcoming week with NFL free agency. We're going to be live pretty much all day tomorrow, beginning at 10 a.m. Pacific time, bringing you a reaction to NFL free agency in real time. We'll follow and see what moves John and Mike make to better this roster. And anytime the Seahawks make any moves, we're going to react to it in real time here on the channel. We'll go live, I'm sure, a few times throughout NFL free agency. We are your Seattle Seahawks off-season and free agency headquarters right here on Seahawks Today. So if you could do me a thank you and subscribe to the channel for us bringing you content here on a Sunday morning, on my off day from my in-home studio, it would be greatly appreciated. So please, subscribe now. We would thank you for it. And glad to have you here on Seattle Seahawks Today. More on Tyler Lockett, all right? The numbers that we saw from Tyler Lockett last year, okay? We mentioned it was a down year for him, but it wasn't a bad year, right? 79 catches, 894 yards, over 11 yards reception, 5 touchdowns for Tyler Lockett last year. And now going forward, I think the eventual goal of sorts for the Seahawks is that Tyler Lockett, whether it's this year or next, will become the Seahawks' number 3 receiver. That JSN will pass up Tyler Lockett on the depth chart, and that's fine. That's okay. That's what we all anticipated. That's what we all expected when the plan was in place bringing in JSN. But that doesn't mean that he's not important to this Seattle Seahawks team. Tyler Lockett has been so consistent over the years. He had, 5 straight seasons of over 1,000 yards before that ended this past year. Tyler Lockett's been phenomenal, and he's been a great ambassador for the community. Tyler Lockett and I, we're from the same hometown. Not just the same name, but we're from the same hometown. He's a Tulsa guy like myself. And I've seen firsthand what this guy does and what he means to the people around him. And, he embodies everything that's right about the Seattle Seahawks organization. And he's a guy that you want your younger talent to learn from and lean on and to show how it's done the right way. And that's how Tyler Lockett's done throughout his career. And it's pretty interesting, his story off the field. He is building a very successful real estate empire that's based right there in Seattle, but they are operating all across the country. Everything from $1 million lake houses in Seattle to $500,000 homes in Dallas, Texas. He is really just taking off with this thing. He's taking care of his money. And so the Seahawks are in an interesting situation where, Tyler Lockett doesn't need to be leaving Seattle while he owns this real estate business with everything all set there and all his operations based in Seattle. So they kind of held him of sorts. The Seahawks had, how would I describe it? They kind of had control of sorts, some leverage, if you will, because Tyler Lockett, for this business that he's running, needs to be in Seattle. And so I think that kind of made things actually better for the Seahawks to give them this flexibility to get this deal done. But I'm very glad that they got this deal done, that he's taken care of. So now you head into free agency this week. All right? And now that they've sorted out some things, right? You made your cuts to free up some money like we anticipated. You restructured Tyler. You restructured Geno. You even restructured D. Eskridge this past week as well. Now the next priority is going and taking care of Leonard Williams. Getting a deal done with him should be the next thing that John Schneider and Mike McDonald do, because let's face it, you gave up a second-round pick and you gave up a fifth-round pick, and you didn't have a whole lot to show for it last year. I understand he was the best player for the Seattle Seahawks defense in the second half of this past season, but you didn't make the playoffs. It didn't get you over the hump, right? So you got to go get your money's worth. You can't walk away from that trade now, throw in the towel and say, well, didn't work. Guess we lost our draft picks, didn't make the playoffs. You got to go pay Leonard Williams. That's the number one priority, what the Seahawks got to do. And then from there, you got to figure out the linebacker position. I don't know what John's going to do. Are you going to bring back Bobby? Are you going to bring back Jordan Brooks? And what about Patrick Queen? Do the Seahawks make a run at Patrick Queen with his connections to Mike McDonald and playing in this system successfully? That will be intriguing to see. How much influence does Mike McDonald have in that decision? Well, it's going to be fascinating. I think that's the next questions that need to be answered. So far, I would say that John and Mike have done a very good job going from a salary cap situation where they basically had no money just a few days ago to now having $50 million to spend. And the roster doesn't look a whole lot different. You got rid of a liability in Jamal Adams, and you moved on from Quandre Diggs after maybe the worst season of his career, and you potentially could still bring Quandre back. So I'm feeling very confident in the job that John and Mike are doing at this point. We'll see how it ultimately all works out. How would you grade the extension for Tyler Lockett, or the restructuring, if you will? I'd give it an A. The main thing was you lowered that cap number. Oh, what a relief. What a relief. $27 million. Thank you. Thank you. Don't have to take that cap hit. That's a big relief. I give it an A. What's your grade? Grade it for me in the comment section. Let us know. Thanks for stopping by here on this special at-home edition of Seattle Seahawks Today. Got another video coming out on the channel later today, so be on the lookout for that. And we will see you tomorrow. Live coverage. Day 1, NFL free agency. We'll see you then.